Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back today with another daily crypto update. Today we're going to talk about why we need to break out of the downtrend as soon as possible. As you can see, cryptocurrencies are doing better today. A lot of cryptos up anywhere from 2 to 4% it seems like over the past 24 hours. Some doing even a bit better than that, moving closer to up 10%. And this is great, right? It's definitely a good sign. With that being said, we are still pretty close to our support level, and I guess it's pretty fair to say that we're kind of consolidating above that, which is good, right? We want to make sure that that continues and that we remain above our important support levels and that we don't start pushing lower again, because that's when we're going to re-enter, downside motion, and we really want to, at this point, consolidate and then break out of the downtrend sooner rather than later. I'll cover that in the technical analysis in more detail in just a second. But other than that, don't make sure to follow me on Twitter for live cryptocurrency market updates. And check out my premium content. Have a link to both those things in the description of this video. So let's get started with the Bitcoin technical analysis. As you can see, right now Bitcoin just got a bounce off that $6,500 mark. And we're moving back towards $7,000. Now, we are still experiencing a pretty harsh downtrend as far as Bitcoin is concerned specifically, right? The price came up on the downtrend line, didn't manage to break out of that just yet. And as for the indicators, we attempted to get some crossovers here. RSI attempting to break out of the downtrend line, so we'll see if we'll be able to make that happen over the next day or two. But we should know pretty soon here, because as you can see, we're coming towards the end of this formation, of this little triangle formation, if we're going to manage to break out of the downtrend, or if we're going to start moving below $6,500, and that would definitely be, the bearish sign. So next 2 days are going to be pretty key here as far as telling us which direction we're going to be moving in next, and hopefully we're going to manage to move out of the downtrend, the short-term blue downtrend line, and start slowly but surely consolidating a little bit higher, closer to $8,000. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum next and see what's going on. So Ethereum is currently experiencing a bounce as well. Indicators looking pretty good here. We can see the RSI moving back towards that 30 line. We want to make sure we can break above that and really hold above that level. As for the MACD and histogram, we are beginning a slight uptrend now, and it looks like the middle band and the Bollinger Bands could start flattening out at this point, which would, avoid the price from dropping much lower and could start seeing the price slowly but surely pushing back towards $450. Of course, what we really want to see here for Ethereum is a break above the red downtrend line. Let's take a look at Litecoin next, and something that I should point out is that Ethereum and Litecoin are in a better situation than Bitcoin. I'd say especially Litecoin. Litecoin is not really in a short-term downtrend as much as the others. Of course, it does still have this longer-term downtrend line that it needs to get out of, but it's in a pretty stable position because, for one, we're in this symmetrical triangle formation between our downtrend line and our blue uptrend line over here, both long-term trend lines. And we also have this consolidation between $100 and $145, right? So we have some good support here. I think the price should be able to continue to consolidate in between these two levels. And indicators are holding up, right? We do need to still, find some lasting strength there, but at least we're not moving too much towards the downside. We're managing to hold up pretty well. And what I want to see here, and I think we have a good chance of seeing this happen, is just a slow but steady uptrend that should begin. Let's take a look at Nano next. So Nano is actually still consolidating at around 75,000 Satoshis. It's waiting, I think, on the rest of the market to tell it where to move next, so most likely things like Bitcoin. And that's been happening over the past few days. I think that's likely going to happen a little bit longer until, we either break below 70,000 Satoshis or 80,000 Satoshis. For now, we're still consolidating in between those two levels. Let's take a look at Ripple next and see what's going on. So I'm going to go over to Bittrex here, and Ripple is now moving back closer to 50 cents. That's a good sign. We really want to try to get back above that level, and it looks like it's going to be possible here, right? We have the price seems to have stabilized around 48, 49 cents, and I feel like we're really going to be able to push over the next few days a little bit above 50 cents, and if that happens, we may see the RSI break out of the downtrend line, which is going to be a good sign. And once again, the MACD and histogram are very flat on the Ripple chart, so we do want to see those start to pick up some pace towards the upside. Let's take a look at NEO and see what's going on. So NEO is currently bouncing off that $43 mark. It's now moving closer to $46, and indicators are all slightly uptrending right now. no major uptrends, but we definitely are putting in higher lows, and that's a very good sign, right? Especially on that RSI now moving back above the 30 line. I do like that formation. I think we're going to be able to avoid a drop below 43 cents unless the rest of the market tanks. And at this point, good chance that we start moving a little bit in that $50 range. So NEO not looking too bad here. Let's take a look next at our next cryptocurrency. That's going to be Stellar, and see what's going on. So Stellar is currently bouncing off its short-term uptrend line. That is a very good sign. Very flat candlesticks right now, so no major bounce, but it is managing to hold above that level for now. And the indicators are all experiencing a pretty slight uptrend. So while we are still in this consolidation right now, currently between 2,500 and 3,000 satoshis, we're actually stronger than most cryptocurrencies as far as the indicators are concerned, and even as far as the prices, we do have a slight uptrend going on right now. So hopefully that continues. Next up, we're going to go over Vertcoin, and let's see what's going on. So Vertcoin is still in this consolidation between $1.54 and $2.20. Indicators are all showing a slight uptrend and are holding up well. The price is a little bit more flat, not the end of the world, but we want to see if we can start moving above $2.20. I think we're going to consolidate a little bit longer before seeing move higher. Let's take a look next at Liske and see what's going on with Liske. So I'm going to go over to Bittrex, and as you can see, still trading at around $8, kind of similar to Vertcoin in that sense. And indicators looking pretty good, right? We do have that uptrend that is starting to pick up the pace on the indicators. The price hasn't yet followed that pattern as much, but we are not moving lower as of right now, and we just have a lot of resistance at $10. So it's going to be tricky to get back above that. We're going to need some kind of boost, I think, from either good news for Liske or just the general market moving higher to be able to get back above that. But definitely need to pay attention to that $10 mark. And as for the downside movement, a move below $6.24 would be bearish. For now, though, it seems like that's going to be able to be avoided unless something bad happens, pretty much. Let's take a look at, let's see, Cardano, and take a look if it's been continuing its slight uptrend. So right now, Cardano is actually not looking too bad, right? We do have a very slight uptrend going on in the price, and that is a good sign, but we're still pretty flat, right? We're really still consolidating between 2,000 and 2,500 satoshis. Indicators, however, all have a slight uptrend going on, which is a great sign, and I think that it's just putting in its consolidation phase like it did on the charts, right? But this time with the price, where it's just going to put in a bit of a base, and then hopefully, if the rest of the market allows it, Cardano will really be able to get that nice uptrend going like it already has on the indicators. So you could say that the indicators might be foreshadowing what's going to happen here for the actual price of Cardano. Let's take a look next at our last cryptocurrency of the daily crypto update. That's going to be IOTA. And IOTA is now moving a little bit higher, trying to get back towards $1. Still have some resistance there, of course, and it's not going to be the easiest thing to get back above $1. That's where our middle band is at, but definitely possible, right? Our RSI is also trying to get back above the downtrend line. We'll see over the next few days if we manage to do so. It really depends on how much strength IOTA has. For now, it's a bit too early to tell. Also have some resistance at $1.13. So we do want to try to get back above that as well. We'll see you in the next few days. I'll be here to update you, and I'll see you